took the cover off. Set it to the side so I can drop it here in a minute. Like I said, drop it here in a minute. Almost dropped it there. You got here on this terminal, you got 4 wires going in. Brown, blue, yellow, yellow, green stripe. Communication cable does not have them colors. So how I do it, I do the red on the brown, black on blue, yellow, or the white on yellow, and the green on the yellow with green stripe. That's your ground. If you do that, make sure you do every unit you have the same way, inside and for the outside unit. Shouldn't be a problem then. Alright, well, let's get to hooking these suckers up. That's probably hard to see in the camera. You also have these marked 1, 2, 3, and then the symbol for the ground. I don't know if on the outside unit if it's brown, blue, and yellow. So it should, if it's not, it should be 1, 2, and 3 on it. Nicked my finger the other day, it's bleeding again. Alright. Let me get these screws. I'm going to put this back together. Oh, there's a spider in there. Anyways. Oh, I forgot to run it through here. I've got to unhook it, run it through here, then put this cover back on it. Because that's how it goes. So, this is pretty simple. If you can hook up a gas line, you can hook this up. You use some nylon sealant, goes on the back side of the nut. These things have nitrogen in them. It helps keep moisture out. So if you, I guess you could hook everything up and then hook this up last. I guess it would keep you from having to hook a vacuum pump up to it and getting all the moisture out. You're still going to have moisture in there even though that's done like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and hook these up, and I'll hook my vacuum pump up to it. I need my pliers. There we go. I'll hook my vacuum pump up to it whenever I go to... The system's already charged, the outside unit. Whenever I go to release the charge into the units, I'll already have vacuumed the moisture out and checked for leaks that way also. It don't have a lot of pressure, but it has some. Okay, on these, that must have got knocked off. They have a little, on the end of them, I can't turn this thing around or I'd show you. It has a little, keeps the threads from getting damaged. It's just a little cap on the end of it. Like I said, you're going to have moisture in this line, so in my opinion, you need to go ahead and get it out. Alright, I'm going to do the top one first, which happens to be the bigger line. One's a return, one's high pressure, low, whatever. Anyways, you put some of this sealant, nylon sealant, I've actually never used this stuff before, but they say it helps from having leaks. Put it on the back side of your flare. It's kind of sticky, it will dry. Promise that ain't Corona. Yeah. Where I usually screw up, just try to get it just a little bit more. Okay, that's got that. Now it's time for the outside unit. Alright, now the part I'm at is getting my AC unit, my mini split, up right in this area is the bottom of it. That it should give me a little over a foot from the top. And then the brackets, I can adjust it so I can be a foot away from the wall. You want at least a foot away from the wall, and you don't want to be right up at the top of it, of the roof. The reason I'm lifting it up, they're more efficient in the wintertime if you can get them off the ground. That way if you have a big snow pile, snow comes in, covers them up, they don't produce heat that well if they're like that. Other than that, they produce heat at a pretty low temperature because it's a your compressor works backwards. Instead of producing cool air, it produces warm air. It's a heat pump is what's in it. They're really efficient, but now I've got to get it picked up. It's a little too heavy. The unit's a little heavier than me, so I can't pull it and tie it off to anything and do it. So I'm gonna try the four-wheeler and see how that works. It's easier to get the four-wheeler in here. I'm gonna tie it off to the back end of the four-wheeler and just pull forward and see if it works. I've did the first two because it was hard to see in the camera. I actually got it hanging by a piece of rope. Anyways, so I did these last so you could see them. Just like anything, they're brass, so don't over tighten them, but tighten them tight enough. You are supposed to torque these down to a certain torque rating. It says in the paper what it's supposed to be. I tighten them until they're tight enough for me. Once I get them tight, I will put a vacuum pump on it. I don't have it with me. It is in the in storage. I've got to go and get it. Along with, I got to buy new gauges. My old gauges, they wore out before we moved here and put them in storage. It never hurts to try to put a wrench on it to try to help hold it. Just something for a little more added support. Put just a little bit. I'm gonna call that good. But anyways, like I was saying, I was gonna vacuum. These are on there just to protect the threads and shipping, I guess. I'm gonna vacuum it out, make sure it holds vacuum. It won't be on this video. I probably won't even show it. For the reason I'll put a vacuum on it instead of letting it hold for 30 or 40 minutes. I'm gonna want it to hold for a couple hours. That's just how I like it. I don't have the digital fancy high dollar ones. Those show any kind of fluctuation in it. Those are the better gauges, but I don't have them. I've always worked on cars. Okay, I took a picture of it the other day. My red is on 1, my black is on 2, and my white is on 3. Hook it up the same way, 1, 2, and 3. I took a picture just so I would remember, because I will end up forgetting how I did it, because it really doesn't matter how you hook it up as long as both the ends, the inside and outside, is the same. Just remember, all of the everything coming off of your, whatever you consider your A unit, hooks up to A on the outside unit. Everything that's B hooks up to B, everything's C, so forth. I think they have up to 5 or 6 units that can work off of one outside unit. That's it though. If you would, like, subscribe, hit the share button, share it to somebody. Other than that, stay healthy and God bless. Appreciate you watching. Thanks.